safety of our people, as well as our building and assets, Government of Canada assets. In this particular case, while it is our policy to not engage with or have discussions, negotiations with protesters or people who come into our building in this manner, in this case, the protesters did gain access to the secure part of our building where the employees are working, the offices, and they were looking for particular people and particular offices. Several of our senior fisheries managers who are familiar with the concerns volunteered to meet with the protesters if they agreed to leave the secure part of the building. They did agree to that. They are all currently in our cafeteria where they're discussing the concerns of the fish harvesters. They've been there for quite a while now, and I'm hoping that that will be wrapped up soon and the protesters will leave the building at that time.
Who are they looking for?
They were looking for staff who were familiar with shrimp science and shrimp management.
How frightening was this?
Well, our office is right at the top of the stairs, and they tried to get into our offices first. And I have to say, we were a small group, and people were frightened. I think when you're faced with a group of people who seem upset, who you don't know, it's frightening.
I'm just wondering, where in the building did they go, and did they make it into anybody's offices?
They did not make it into anyone's offices. We're in a situation that's called lockdown. So basically in this situation, a notice goes out to staff with certain protocols, one of which is to lock your offices. But they wandered freely through the building. They went to several areas.
Has this happened before, like recently?
I've been with the department for 18 years. This is my very first experience of protesters gaining access to a secure part of the building. Now, there have been situations in the past in our Cornerbrook offices a number of years ago where they did manage to break in, and they staged a sit-in that went on for quite some time.
But tell us what the mood's like now. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Sure.
I thought you were finishing. But tell us what the mood's like. You know, you said that you were a little bit emotional when they were coming into the building. What's happening now? How are they feeling? What sorts of things are you hearing?
It's my understanding that the conversation in the cafeteria is very collegial, very professional. Collegial, perhaps. Everyone is calm. My experience with the protesters is that they have been very polite, and they haven't, it's scary, but they've been polite.
Nobody was hurt then?
Not to my knowledge, no, no one is hurt.
Has there been
I
any
heard
sign
that
of agitation at all this morning inside the building here?
Well, other than the fact that they broke into the building and they did damage parts of the building in that, to my knowledge, no.
So there's damage besides the door right here?
Yes, the building has secure entry upstairs where you can't see it, and they broke through the door.
So getting through a pane like this, you mean, or what did they? What kind of door?
My hesitation is not that I want to not tell you. The RNC are on scene, and there will be an investigation. And frankly, I don't know what I can tell you, but they had doors similar to this, and they managed to get through them without taking into pane glass.
You said they wanted to talk. Was it about shrimp today? Is that what their main concern is?
Their main concern are, yes, is shrimp management measures.
And what's going to happen from here on out?
I don't know the answer to that because that's the conversations that they're currently having.
What's
so
the plan to get these gentlemen out of your building?
Well, I don't know that I can answer that either. The conversations are going on now as we speak, and I think the plan is that they will reach a resolution, a way forward. I cannot speculate what that will be, and at that point that they will then, our hope is that they will peaceably leave the building.
When you say they were looking for some DFO personnel, what do you mean they were looking for? How do you know they were looking for them?
Because they were wandering through the halls calling for these people.
Wandering, yeah.
Literally wandering through the halls.
Who were they calling out to?
I'm not, again, because there's going to be a criminal investigation, I really can't answer that. I think that if you, those of you familiar with this shrimp fishery, if you kind of go through your files, you could probably figure that out. I don't mean to be coy.
Is the FFAW coming today? Is there any word from the Fishermen's Union being a part of this conversation?
Not to my knowledge.
So you think you'd be changing security measures after this?
We are, in fact, going to be looking at short-term and long-term security enhancements, yes.
Would they come? Thank you.
When you
Very
say
much,
the
Jan.
secure part of this building, do you mean past this door?
No, there are doors at the top. There are doors at the top that go into where we work.
Gotcha. Thanks, Jan.
All right,
Appreciate
thanks,
that.
guys.
Jan, what's your name again? Sorry.
My name's Jan Woodford.
Jan Woodford. Okay, thank you.